Look at that. That's a sick tube. What's he got in his mouth?
GoPro.
Oh, thought it was a Kong. Dog tube.
Kong. Thought it was a Kong.
You know they come from Volkswagen suspension?
Yeah.
Those Kongs?
Really?
Yeah.
Volkswagen make Kongs?
Yeah, they did, but I don't think they do anymore. No, but there was a dude, I read it, there was a guy that was fucking around building his Combi or Beetle, and he threw his fucking Great Dane or German Shepherd this fucking suspension bush.
Yeah.
And his dog loved it, so it was like, let's make that a real thing, and that's how Kongs were invented.
Really?
Yeah.
You throw bushes out of your Combi to your dog?
Yeah. Metal bushes, that's how tough my dog is. Probably not something you should be promoting, especially when it's like an underground, no stickers production.
Oh.
The whole idea of the no stickers thing to me is pretty wild, because it's the underground charges that the surf companies and stuff want, but they don't have. You know what I mean? It's like Luke and those sort of blokes, Joel, the workaday surf, they're the cunts that are going to spend money on the gear. You know what I mean? But then those guys don't get the fucking coverage. It's
You mean the regular Joes?
Yeah, the regular Joes that like are fucking chippies and traders and tradies that are making $1,000 a week and then going and blowing fucking $98 on a pair of boardies. Like, Rasta's not fucking paying for his boardies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, and definitely, like, it is the working tradie that spends the most money. Hey?
Yep. Isn't it?
He's the guy paying full price for a board, full price for a wedding.
Yeah.
And basically anything else he wants.
Yeah. Paying for that one trip to Indo a year and that, and getting zero. Like, no one knows who he is, and you don't tell me that deep down you're like, fuck, I wish I was a pro surfer.
But some of those guys totally ripped. Hey.
Yep.
Okay, I've got a question here from one of our viewers. His name is the Natural Goofy. Yeah, they got good names, these guys, haven't they? On the interwebs.
Yeah.
His
Do you think he's a natural footer?
He could be a goofy. Maybe he's just naturally
reverse goofy.
Okay, his question is, if they found surf on another planet, would Kelly Slater still be the GOAT if there was a civilization there that surfed?
So there'd have to be an alien goat.
So would they have to surf against each other, or?
Oh, well, you probably have to.
What happens if their waves are like 50 foot, like small for them?
Well, you'd probably, I don't know. The waves were 50. If 50 foot was small for us, well,
I guess they'd have to go there, eh?
He'd have to go there.
And there'd be a showdown.
He probably already owns a house there.
You know what? He'd fuck with the other guys, head, the other aliens.
He'd ask him if they're going left.
Somehow he'd find a way to win. Eh?
Yeah, he'd already know the language. You reckon the alien goat would be bald?
Yeah.
Reckon?
He might be, but
maybe he's already onto it. That's what the whole out of known thing's about. Because he already knows.
That's where Kelly's been going on his surf trips, him and Elon.
Yeah. Elon's whipping him in.
He took him on SpaceX at last launch.
Yeah. Oh, where would it be? Would there be just left and rights? because they're in outer space. There's no gravity.
Yeah, I'm not.
Surely there could be ups and downs.
I'm not sure. It might. The
Are you
water
going
might,
up?
The water might be a different colour, eh?
I'm gonna go down, mate. You go up.
There might be a point break that goes for like 50 kilometres, no sections, and the water's pink.
You'd probably still get faded by someone from Cooley. Definitely. Ockie and fade you right at the end. And then look at you. Would you get mad then? If you travelled to Mars, right?
Yeah.
Imagine you travelled to Mars. I don't know how long it takes to get to Mars. Fucking
2 weeks.
2 weeks, right? And then you had it to yourself because something like this has happened to me before.
Yeah, you had it. You had like the whole beach, yourself, the whole planet.
Yep, and you caught the whole planet, and you caught one wave, and then you were paddling back out after that one wave, and over the horizon comes a spaceship full of Brazilians.
How gutted would you be, eh?
You'd die of a broken heart. Would you go home? I'd probably have to go home.
Yeah, I'd probably catch the next flight home.
That'd suck.
Yeah.
That did happen to me, but at Desert Point.
Oh, really?
Yep.
They showed up?
Yep. About 4 boats. It was just bad timing.
Did the plane just drop them in the lineup, or did they go from the airport to the...
They were in that fucking thing where they just
parachuted out.
Yeah. I've never seen anything like it.
They don't call them Brazilian storm for nothing.
It was a Brazilian storm, and I'd never seen the Passion before. And I remember paddling back out, and there was and they were dropping in on each other. And the guy on the outside who'd shoulder hopped was screaming at the guy who was 5 deep. Then they wanted to fight. It was too much for me. I just couldn't believe it. I went in. They were passionate. I actually spent a whole month in Bali and got better waves when I got home.
Where did you go? Straight?
Straight, yeah. Went straight to Strads and got one wave straight away that was better than anything that I'd ever surfed in a month.
Yeah, it would be good to get someone like that on some of the older crew, I think, that have been surfing forever, because they're the ones with some of the stories that just blow you away.
Yeah, and it's that underground shit that you don't hear because there's no big brands.
Yeah, I know.
And it's unfiltered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think you get the whole story with the big guys. You know, it's always going to be whatever suits the narrative of the video that they're pushing, I think. Anyway.
So there's this video, a young Gold Coast Charger named Zaya, 14 years old. He's out there with all the big boys going for it at Kira. If you want to have a look at the video.
Mm-hmm. Oh. That's an insane tube.
Another wave.
Oh, nut. Hey.
And another one.
That's a heavy wave, eh?
I mean, what were you doing when you were 14?
Not that.
Groveling around in the shore?
No, you know what I was doing, man?
What?
Me and my little brother, we had this cul-de-sac out the back from where we lived, and it had this, at the end of the cul-de-sac, they had this like sloping driveway, and then the gutter, and then a tree that was like growing over the road a little bit, and it was like Hawaii 9-0, Hawaii 9-5, those movies, and we would copy the guys that were on those movies. So we would come down and like go like that through the trees, you know, or you know, because that's what I was doing at 14. But he was actually doing what I was pretending to do. Why do you reckon that they're so good now? But we had good young guys back then. Like Nicky Wood, you know. I mean, Kelly was that good at 14.
Yeah, Kelly was definitely that good. I guess there's always been some standout groms. coming up through the years. The kids these days are definitely getting better in the aerial side of things. Way earlier, like way earlier.
I reckon Bergs might have robbed a few good surfers in the 90s. Because bodyboarding was huge. And it's easier for him.
He's riding an F.
Yeah.
What's the deal there? Is he making boards again?
I think so. I think on his page he was doing a thing where you could go and stay in his house, because he must have a house close to, like, he's got a house and then another house, and he was looking to rent it out like Airbnb, and while you were there you got to surf in the morning and then shape a board with him in the arvo and play golf.
What? Really?
Yeah. Yep.
You got to shape a board with Nev?
With Nev. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Do you remember the store that had the big board at Broad Beach, like near Pack Fair?
Nah.
And it had like a fucking 100-foot board with the big Nev logo on it. And I'm pretty sure they surfed it. When they first made it, they took it out the front and there was like 20 of them riding it. And it was on the front page of the newspaper.
Oh, I do remember something about that. Way back in the day.
Yep. Yep. Oh, it's on the lid.
The burn.
I got burnt by Ockie.
And then he gets a good chew.
I'll put up on his Instagram that he finds it hard to read nowadays.
It was Ockie.
Ockie, yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know, he just said, find it hard to read these days. And it was a pretty sick tube.
So, he's finding it hard to read, and that might mean his eyes are a bit funky, so he's not actually dropping in on anyone.
No, because he can't see them. Maybe his ears are going too, because I reckon they'd be yelling at him.
Still
Do you reckon?
Still surfing pretty good for an old bloke.
Yeah.
Oh, that's him.
Yeah. I was going to say
that's Jack Robinson.
Whoa.
What do you think of that?
That's fucking sick.
And that.
Big climb.
And this is him again. And that's the dog.
Kelly pat that dog.
There wasn't many turns going on in the swell lane. I guess why turn when you can tube, hey? And Kira's so fast too.
Oh, whoops. Oh, see that? Hey! What the fuck?
He was signaling another guy to go.
Oh,
like, probably
what
like
a legend.
50. Do you want to see that again?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's got a hairy as fuck tube, this guy, right? He's got a super hairy tube. And then what he's done is he's seen someone down the line who can probably get tubed too. And being such a good cunt, he signals to him to go.
My dad's mate was on compo. This would have been in the 70s. He only told me the story the other day again. He was on compo and he paddled out at Greenie. It was a swell up, but probably like this, and ended up getting washed up on the rocks on the groin.
Oh, really?
Got more fucked up by the wipeout than he did from the fucking work injury.
Fuck, more fucked up. Fuck it, inside Greenmount will do that to you though, eh? Like, you catch these, especially on the bigger days, you catch these waves through the middle of Greenmount and you think, oh, this is sweet, this is like a perfect fucking wave, you know? And then it gets to that inside, sort of halfway down Greenmount Beach, and the whole thing just fucking double sucks on that sandbank, hey? Yeah. And before you know it, it's like pull in or straighten out, you know? And it'll fucking get you.
There's some good tube riders, hey?
Yeah, everyone. It's sort of a lot of the best tube riders from Queensland and even from down Sydney area come up for these swells when they can predict them a few days ahead of time. And why not? I mean, you're going to be all over the fucking internet, all over the media. There's 50 cameras at Kira Point. Yeah. Or Snapper when it's on. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're up and coming surfer in Australia and you want to make a name for yourself, follow the swell, hey?
Yep. Hey, actually,
What?
Have you ever heard the story about Rob Bain? He won the Coke Classic it was somewhere in Sydney, right? And he got up for his acceptance speech.
Yeah.
And said, you know, I'd like to thank everybody, and I'd like to thank Coca-Cola for rotting my guts for the last 30 years.
Is that what he said?
And Coke, it was the Coke Classic.
The Coke Classic. They would have hated him.
Yeah.
They would have fucking hated him, man. See that? Someone's wrote a comment here. After all those barrels at Kura,
Yeah.
still no one near MP.
No. They reckon, I've read yarns where he was inside the tube and guys were looking down inside the tube, and it was just his head out of the foam ball, and he had this whistle, and it was just this screeching whistle, and he'd just fucking fly past them and come out the other end. And the equipment that the guy was riding, you know, and apparently he used to shape guys' boards, and he'd be like, Rabs, I'll shape your board for a certain cob, and it'd just be a fucking dog on purpose.
He'd do it on purpose.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I think foiling's hot or not.
Okay, so here's the thing with foiling. Right? What's the worst fucking move in surfing? What's the worst move in surfing?
The Huntington hop.
Like just hardcore
Yeah.
thrashing, man.
Yeah.
You stand up and you just jump around thrashing.
Yeah.
It's the ugliest. I've never seen anyone who even surfs good make it look good.
No,
Can anyone make thrashing look good?
don't think so.
Even
I actually saw a thing
the goat?
on-
Could he do it?
I don't think he's ever done it.
I've never really seen him thrash. Maybe in a comp once to get past a section. And I don't even think he really enjoyed it, eh?
You know, I saw a thing on, I think it might have been Stab, and
Yeah.
they did side by side, and they did the S-carve versus the Huntington hop,
Yeah.
and who would win.
Yeah.
And the Huntington hop actually won.
Oh, it got you on the wave.
Yeah, it got
Back
further
on
than
the
the
wave.
fucking guy doing these ones, the sort of the Tommy Carroll pump.
Yeah. And
Don't
Yeah.
you just feel like punching yourself in the head when you catch yourself doing it?
and the thing is, I always tell myself I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
And the next surf, I want to make a section, and like where I am's gone fat, and I start jumping up and down on my board, and then afterwards I feel so stupid,
Yeah.
hey? Because
Yeah.
usually I don't even make the section. But this brings us back to the foiling, and it's their main move.
Yeah,
It is so. The worst move in surfing is foiling's best move.
best move. Yeah.
I rest my case.
Best move, or the only way to get around. Maybe
So-
they should just. Well, they only really do
So
that
when you
they're
finish
fucking
thrashing,
going back.
right? When you finish thrashing and you finally get the wave, then what do?
Yeah.
You
well,
have to hop off before it sucks up.
Yeah. Yeah. So they. I have witnessed for myself, this guy was out the front, and it was only a small day, and he was riding the wave really well on the foil, and then he would get off the wave, and when he was doing the bouncing, he actually had this going on.
What?
Yeah, man. So he actually had the hop, and he also had this, and it was
Movement.
like this fucking weird old man sort of dance, you know, like he could have had a cane, and he was like doing this, you know, like those dancers, old school dancers. Yeah, and I don't think foiling's something I'm going to venture into.
But I mean, like, if you really enjoy your water sports and you just want to ride everything, I can totally see why guys do it, you know.
Effortlessly. Falls also look good on the yachts, man. Have you seen those Formula 1 yachts, and they step out of the water?
Yeah, step out of the water, yeah.
I think it's a little bit like kiteboarding, where it looks so hard to get good at that I just got no interest. You know, the amount of effort you'd probably have to go to get good at it. If you concentrated maybe on your surfing a bit more, or your fitness or something, you could probably get more joy out of your surfing rather than stepping into a different realm.
Yeah, well, I sort of think, like, if I was going to go one way, I'd just buy a real big board like an hour, or a super fat shortboard to surf on those tiny days, you know. I don't think I'd ever. And if I did buy a foil, how would I fit in my fucking car?
And the thing is, man, you've got.
Does the fin come out of them or something?
Yeah, I think they do.
Okay.
Maybe if someone's watching and you want to take us foiling,
Yeah.
you have
I
to
guess
give me a
so.
helmet.
Yeah.
So if you don't agree with anything we've said, take us foiling.
I
Meet you at the front.
think if there someone filmed us foiling, it would probably be fucking hilarious.
And we'll put it. So maybe we'll put it out there. If you guys want to school us on film on the foiling aspect of things, take us foiling. We'll get Carl to film it, and we'll put it up on an app.
Yeah.
And then we'll maybe get the guys that are good at it to take the piss out of us trying to do what they're good at.
Yeah.
Because I tell you, I've got to be shit at it.
Oh, I will be too. I'll be terrible.
Because the one that gets me is when they start, and then it flicks out on them, and then there's just like a helicopter blade ready to hit you.
Oh.
It can't be fun.
No.
There's got to be injuries.
Yeah, there would have to be injuries. Fish getting sliced up.
Fuck it, I'd probably hit a dugong. Would you say, imagine you spend all that money on a foil and a kite, and then you like rip it along, and then you just fucking carved up some poor fucking dugong, just chilling, eating some grass. Oh, you'd feel like a
you'd
butt.
feel terrible, eh? Absolutely terrible.
You just bought this new
Yeah, and then
dugong
everyone
killer.
at the bunch is calling you a killer, eh?
Followed you home, you got Greenpeace yarning to you when you're getting ready. Yeah, just Sea Shepherd chasing you.
I can see it now. You'll be the most hated man in Byron.
Oh, I'd probably be the most hated man in Byron anyway, because I wear a leg rope.
Oh, you're not one of those leg rope wearers, are you?
Yeah. Oh, can we still be friends?
No. Oh.
Don't even put a leash plug in my Mal, mate. You gotta drill a hole through the fin. And it looks like sometimes the days that are best for those, you know, other sports, you want to be at home playing the Sony or
with the missus,
Yeah.
going somewhere with the family.
because it's fucking terrible weather.
Yeah. Especially if you've just surfed Stratty all last week.
Yeah.
And you finally the surfs are not very good.
Yeah, go and find something else
Go
to
and
do.
do something.
Yeah,
Go to a restaurant, go to
Yeah.
movies. Fucking
do your washing.
Go to the park.
Fucking stink up.
Play with the dog.
Your dog's skinny as fuck. You know, you got washing piling up. You need to service your shitty old car. So, it's just a quick one, but we scored a perfect little beach break not far from here a couple of weeks ago. It was a Wednesday afternoon session. It was small but fun, and there was a couple of boogs getting around, and this older guy, and everyone had had their share, and this one boog sort of paddled across us, and this old colonel-like fellow goes, "Hey mate, I seen you get a ripper," and the boog's gone, "Which one?" And I sort of just said, "All of them," and then the other guy's gone, "Yeah, all of them." And the guy didn't know what to say, so be humble, say thank you. Not all of them. They all weren't good, mate, I'm sorry.
What about Joe Rogan versus Josh Windsor?
at Jeffrey's. He has to surf against me, and then you have to fucking do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu against him.
No way!
Yeah.
Man, I'll get smashed.
You got more Brazilian
That's
culture.
not fair. That's not fair. He'll kick my ass. This is going to be called the Below Sea Level
Below
podcast.
sea level, yeah.
This is going to be, I reckon, call it the Below Sea Level podcast. Do you reckon?
Yep. At the Below Sea Level on Instagram.
Just below sea level or that below? But just below sea level.
Yeah, I
is
reckon.
the name below sea level.
Yep.
But when you say the name, it will be
The Below Sea
the Below Sea Level
body.
podcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to send us free shit,
Yeah. We should have a, we don't even have a, like, you can send us free stuff, but we don't have anywhere for you to send it to, unfortunately. So, just wait until we get that sorted.
yeah. If you want us to review your stuff, send it in.
Yeah. Where we send it.
We'll try our best to break it, and then tell everyone else how shit it is.
How shit it is. Back to the drawing board.
Who you want to be?
Yeah.
Do you want to use your name or another name?
No, I'd say my name. Like, my Instagram is my name.
Like Rogan Josh?
No, Josh Windsor, at Josh Windsor. There's a couple of underscores in there.
Okay.